Well, let's file this one under learning experience. What did we learn watching the Boston Bruins take it on the chin? That's an understatement. It's kind of an old man saying too. They got their asses kicked. That's what
Yeah.
they did. It happens. 7-2 the final score. Islanders win on Thursday night over the Boston Bruins. A game that started okay for the Bruins. Actually started real well with a minute and two into the game. Nick Ritchie scoring the goal to put the Bruins up 1-0. Islanders respond with 2 goals, but then second period, Bruins get better, tied up 2, and then the third period, collapse. So welcome into Morning Brew with Jaffe and Razor. All right, let's get right to it. What did we learn, or did we learn anything about the Bruins' ability to handle the New York Islanders in this game? It's now 0-3 on the season against the Islanders.
It's becoming a problem, I guess, against the Islanders. It's whether it's the season, whether it's the way you see other teams struggle. Montreal Canadiens just lost to the Ottawa Senators 3 times. The Philadelphia Flyers can't beat the Bruins. The LA Kings destroy the St. Louis Blues on a nightly basis right now.
Yeah.
So there are odd trends happening. I'm sure it will shake out in the wash, or we'll learn something. In another month and a half. I think.
Are the Islanders better than we're giving them credit for? Not you
Yeah,
and me.
they are. Absolutely,
Are
they?
Yeah.
They are. They have to be. They have to be going to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The issue is I don't watch enough of them against other teams, but they've also lost a lot of games this year to at random times, and they've gone on bad streaks as well where they can't score. That certainly wasn't a problem in the third period, but again, I mail that one in. They certainly have a way to play against the Bruins. They've stifled the top line. I mean, they were non-existent tonight.
Yeah, Pelech and Pulock really do a good job. The Killer Peas do a good job against the Bergeron line. They make them, like you said, stifled, almost non-existent. And that's the bigger matchup. I thought when the season series began that Cizikas' line, when they're at home, would see them more often, and it hasn't been the case. It's really been just about Pelech and Pulock that have been out there against the Bergeron line.
And I think you just mentioned home ice. That Coliseum, it just plays tighter. It's a smaller place. It's the oldest one in the league. Maybe the Saddledome's probably got them by a year, but it's an old.
I don't know
build.
If
No,
does.
not. Yeah, you're right. Coliseum's long. Saddledome was built for the '88 Olympics, so I digress.
Yeah.
It's the oldest one in the building. It's just different, and I think that home ice is an advantage for the Islanders compared to the Bruins in the Garden. I would say that, but again, the Bruins get a little humble pie tonight. They came off of wearing their '90s uniforms, Tahoe, beat down Pasternak, talk of the NHL, and they get their ass handed to them tonight.
They did, yeah. Not that this makes me feel any better. Colorado goes in after having a good outdoor game, and they play Minnesota last night. Minnesota thumped them 6-2
at home.
So is this coming off a big game type of thing too? I mean, no excuse. Come on, no excuse, none. I don't know, maybe, but I don't think you're going to get a real. The more we do, this show, but also just talk in general and do games. The more games we do, I feel like the less we know about teams at times. It's funny. We know what the Bruins' top line is about. We understand when Coyle's going and Krejci when he's healthy, how hard they can be to play against. But do they still get enough 5-on-5 play? Do really good stuff? I mean, specifically in this game, and that's what we do here on Morning Brew. We do more about what did we learn or what did we see in the previous game. But the Islanders, it's clear as day to me, when they control the neutral zone, when they do, whether it's offensively or defensively, meaning do they control the Bruins coming up or do they put it into areas going in? When they control the neutral zone, that's when they dominate the Bees. The Bruins just don't seem to be able to adjust against that.
That's right, adjust. I was just going to say adjust, and typically we see the Bruins make adjustments, whether it's game to game or period to period or even shift to shift, where they figure a way out to break through, and they haven't done that this season against this team. And don't forget, too, they've had their way with this team the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
They've had their way, and it's completely flipped. So that's also something interesting to think about and watch. And to you just said morning brew, we talk about the night before. I think that's basically where we're at with the NHL. It's day to day right now with what you're going to get from a lineup basis, from an urgency basis, from an effort basis, from a confidence basis with each team, and specifically the Boston Bruins. We're talking a bunch of games that we've never seen the NHL play before. All these teams playing 40 games in 73 days. We've never seen this before, and it's going to be quite the experiment, and we're going to be talking about it every morning, and it's going to have to stick to what we just saw, and that's the reality.
Yeah, I don't think you can project out what a team is really going to be right now in the NHL.
Yep.
I just don't, given the amount of different players that are in lineups, the amount of issues that they're encountering, the limited amount of teams that each other are playing. You're playing the same 7 or 8 teams, depending on where you are. With all that said, you play with what's in front of you. And the Bruins had some of that. Let's run through the game quickly as we're talking about it. We talked during Nesson's game, almost too easy scoring that first goal. As, nice play. Was it McAvoy to Zaboro, who had real good initiative to get to that blue line, takes it in, does a real nice backhand pass to Ritchie, who is in the right spot too. Good lesson for kids. Don't go middle of the net. Go far post,
Yep.
and get yourself better shooting lane and also passing lane. He did
space.
that.
Yeah, he found a good angle.
Too easy. It was almost too easy because I think there became the old, okay, all right, we're going to be all right. We just had that great outdoor game. We're going to be all right. And then the Islanders were like, whoa, they took a Bob Probert punch to the face. You know what I mean? And then
they'd be lying on the ice if it was Proby, but they took one from me in the face.
They were more like what Bob, and God bless him, God rest his peace.
That's right.
I got to know Bob real well. Proby would take punches, okay? And he would take a bunch of punches, and then he was like a hibernating bear that woke up. All of a sudden, after you gave, like, an opponent gave him 3, 4, or 5, he'd be like, "Oh,
I remember, okay." Guys. Then he got mad. I remember guys talking about he didn't fight mad until he got punched in the face a few times, and then it really got ugly.
Right. So that's kind of, for lack of a better hockey analogy or comparison here, what the Islanders did. They took this punch. I guarantee you, Barry Trotz was like, "Are you kidding me?" Mm-hmm. Okay, get your asses going, and they did.
That's right, and it's a great point. Again, the Bruins coming off they felt real good about themselves. The Islanders said, "Listen, this team can score goals. We need to be ready." That's the whole mantra going into the game, and then you get punched in the mouth. To your analogy, in the first shift, guys, we're gonna get embarrassed here. We better wake up. And the Bruins almost, it didn't feel like they took the pedal off the metal, but it also, they didn't stick with it.
They got careless at times. They didn't have great, puck possession or puck decisions. Mm-hmm. You talked about, we were talking and watching the game, breaking it down about, the first goal, Pasternak doesn't get it in about, 30 seconds or 20 seconds before the goal, right?
Yeah, it led to all the pressure. It led to everything.
Right. Like it's one thing's connected to another, connected to another. You can play the shoulda, woulda, coulda game, but if you really look at that play, not getting it deep, not getting it in. So that was one. And then, Carlo has the puck just go off the end of his stick, and Pelech is there to put it in. We're tied at 1, and here we go. All right, so that's 2-1. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just going to say that play with Carlo in front of the net, Frederick, and we'll get to the Frederick.
Yeah.
Those two plays in front of the net are 2 of the first 3 goals that usually get cleared instantly. Mm-hmm. Instantly from this team, especially, and those are two that changes games. That makes a big difference in these games against an Islanders team.
All right, so. It's 2-2 in this game as Barzal scores a rocket of a shot, right? Mm-hmm. He comes down. Craig Smith ties it up after he makes a real nice play in the neutral zone in the second period, taking the puck from up high below, brings it low. I know we talked about this. I didn't think that it was delay a game or a closing hand on the puck penalty. I don't, because I feel like he did it so quick. You're allowed to bring the puck from up to down. If you catch a puck, you can't not close your hand on it. You can't. But if you take it from up and in stride, literally in stride, put it down, it's not a penalty. And that's what I felt that he did there. Even though he put it behind his back, it was in stride. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, and it's a play. You're not going to probably see it the rest of the season where the guy goes around his back, and he basically went through the whole neutral zone. He fired it ahead neutral zone, but had enough space to go get it himself. And that was, I think, the initial like, whoa, how did that happen? And then you watch it, and to your point, it was all in one motion. He didn't grab it and skate with it 2 strides, and that's what you're not allowed to do. It was all in one motion, and he moved it around. It was a very athletic play, and he was rewarded by the puck going off an Islander stick. And I mean, that's a 1 in a million cross-ice pass. They couldn't do that again if they tried. And then you're feeling good,
we're
right?
tied at 2.
As a Bruins, you're feeling, wow, we just got a break. We're back in this game, 2-2 on the road, tough team, and disaster strikes.
And then the third period. then the third period happens. Beauvillier, Eberle, Pajot, Lee, and then Wahlstrom. 5 goals in the third period. I don't want to even go through the goals. It was all about, I'm telling you, it was about the Bruins not getting it through the neutral zone. The Bruins couldn't handle the forecheck then of the Islanders. There was a few times speed happened. I mean, you saw the 2-on-1 with Eberle and Barzal.
Barzal again, yeah.
Pajot, who loves playing against the Bruins, roofed one. What did you think of Halak? I mean, he was like the rest of the team, I thought. Made some good, but a lot of nothing.
Yeah, he was good in the second. Kept it in when it was 2-1. He kept it close. Nothing he was gonna do on the Frederick goal. That's frustrating. It looked like he'd lost a little bit. And then the fourth one you give it, and then the sticks are breaking, and he's not worried about his save percentage at that point. He just wants to, like the rest of them, he's hoping that bus is running on the landing dock, and he wants to get to Manhattan as soon as possible at that point. Enough's enough. I've had enough. This is frustrating. It's annoying.
What's the best stick swinging you ever did in a game? NHL game.
I know. Well, I had one. I think we talked about it. The one in Boston one night getting yanked. I smashed it over the boards real good. I saw,
it broke in half though, right? You didn't swing it and not break. That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, these carbon ones, you see the goalies have to take 2 or 3 whacks at it. The wood ones they erupted as soon as you hit anything with it. So a little more fun than these carbon sticks where you have to give the post like 3 or 4 whacks.
All right. Well, how much is one of those sticks going? What's a goalie stick going for?
Oh, that's a $250, $300 whack right there. Those are no jokes. So Keto's definitely cringing and losing a little bit of sleep because he's got to find that $300 in his budget somewhere else now. Cam's calling him.
Oh yeah. Yarrow, line 1, Cam. You take it, Keto.
That's right.
I'm not taking it.
Maddie's got to take that one.
That's right, Maddie. That's right. All right. So, did we learn anything about the defense? It gets so much attention, but without Grzelcyk, without Miller, can they win with this defense that they have right now? I mean, I know they did in Tahoe. I get it, but can they do it regularly? I mean, Lausanne is a big part of their D. You take your 2 biggest, most physical defensemen out, Lausanne and Miller. Can they win without them?
So I think on a short.
I don't know if they can. I really don't know.
I think on a short-term basis they're fine. The big picture, no, they need the physicality Lausanne and Miller bring. I liked what the 2 kids have brought to the lineup. I've liked Vakanainen's game again tonight. I like Zabor. Like, I don't look at tonight's game and say that's on the D-man. You look at the goals. You look at the goals, and it wasn't. And again, I'm only looking at the first 4 goals. The last 3, they've everybody lost battles in front of the net. They lost their point men. They didn't. But again, the coach Bruce talked about it as well. They mailed it in after the fourth one. But up until then, you look. It's a 2-2 game. The Frederick giveaway in front of the net, and then the power play shorthanded goal that McAvoy's pinching. So I look at that where I'm almost looking at it as a situation where you have a backup goalie, right, who has to play 3, 4, 5 games in a row. I'm looking at it as this defense gave them a chance to win tonight. It's a tough building to play in. It's a tough forecheck. I thought the young D, gave them a chance. And yes, they're not going to go get – I don't think it put them over the edge tonight, but I also don't think it cost them tonight. I thought they did okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's something about having that length of those other players. They're both 6'1", 6'2", long sticks, defensively stout. I mean, look, we know they're better with them in the lineup. So yes. I'm all for giving the kids another, more chance, and they need to. They need to play these guys. I mean, their next defenseman would be Steven Kampfer, right?
Yeah,
that they would put in.
So I'm not, I'm happy with. I don't think you take you're dealt this hand of cards.
Yeah. Do you play Grzelcyk if he can play? I mean, yeah. He's got to be 110%, right? I know that's not possible, but he's got it. There's no reason to put him in if he's 99%. I'd wait till Sunday to play him.
Yeah, and for me, I might not even wait. Sunday's an afternoon game. Where's his body at? No, he doesn't get the skate in the morning. Where are they at? If you can't play 10 minutes and then come out of a game anymore. So wherever he's at, whatever's ailing him, has to have been healed 2 days ago, and they sat him out tonight for that holding pattern to see, just to make sure everything's good for, again, tomorrow, for me to put him in the lineup. Because, again, I don't think he's going to make a difference. There's no question. But I think the young guys have adequated themselves enough that they should be able to beat a Rangers team with this group.
All right. So what do you think Bruce Cassidy's thinking over his morning coffee? I'm assuming he's a coffee guy. I shouldn't know that, but I'm assuming it's. I mean, is he...
Or
as
OJ.
A head coach,
maybe an OJ.
I mean, maybe, for sure an OJ. Right, something. Yeah, we'll go with the coffee theme.
Yeah.
What do you think he thinks over his morning coffee? I mean, the good news is it's so cliche, but it's so true. He gets right back at it. Mm-hmm. Limited lineup choices. Grzelcyk could be. Do you insert somebody? I don't know. Usually it ends up being like a fourth line guy. I had no issue. We know that the top line didn't really produce. You're not going to change them. I don't see the second line. I don't see, Richie's not coming out. Coyle's not coming out. Smith isn't, Then I thought we touched on this too in the show. I thought Bjork and DeBrusk, actually I liked the way DeBrusk was skating at times. At least he was really moving his legs at times. And Studnicka, 3-4 times he was driving the net, right? I mean, I don't see any changes there. Could you see a fourth line change? Could you see a Kuhlman come in? I got to tell you, this sounds. You know who looked unbelievable at practice the other day? McKegg. He looked great at practice. Could you put him in on the left side there? I mean, I don't know.
Well, and we were a little surprised that last time they had the back-to-back where they went Rangers Islanders, they brought John Moore in. We didn't really see that coming. So that maybe this is a good time to give a guy like McKegg, who's a professional hockey player. He's been around. He's like to your point. If he's looking that good in practice, he's putting the work in. Maybe you reward that guy. This is a good opportunity to shake it up a little bit. It's interesting because again, these coaches haven't had to go through this before either. There's no manual. There's no playbook to shake things up with this many games. So my initial thought is you go back with the same group, but you take this opportunity maybe a little bit to get everybody's attention, or you turn it over to the room. You talk to the leaders. Listen, you guys got to figure this. You guys got to get going here the next couple of games. We've just lost 3 of 4. Right. I know everyone feels good about Tahoe, but we just lost 3 of 4, and it's a short season. We can't continue this. We got to nip it in the bud now.
And you're going to have to play your bench sooner or later. Your reserve. You're gonna have to. Yeah. It's impossible. Yeah. So eventually you got to make that decision, which the Bruins have here and there. But again, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the way I was watching it, Greg, McKegg was sniping. Yes, he was having a practice where he was first, second, and third star.
Well,
You know what I mean?
It might have been good timing for him then. The 7-2 loss might be the best timing for him.
I was watching. I'm like, holy smokes, he sniped 3 or 4 right in front of me.
Checking your program. Who is this guy?
Yeah. Who did we learn anything else tonight? About this team, this game. I mean, there's a lot of negatives, a lot of minuses on that game sheet. That's normal. For the whole stats thing again. I mean, come on. It's almost irrelevant.
This 7-2 loss is different than a 7-2 loss when you give up 5 in the first period.
Yes,
they scored 4 goals in the last 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Garbage
time.
It was cookie night for the other guy. You never want to give up. And I was thinking that after the first 3 goals. Looking at the website, you gave up 2 of the first 3 goals you gave up tonight were the guys who scored their first of the season. That never ends well for you. It just doesn't.
No. I learned about I always knew you loved Chipotle rice bowl. As we discussed off air before, and maybe on air a little bit, I have never seen a chicken rice bowl devoured as fast as what Razor did. I wasn't halfway through my bowl and his was gone, and I had to look over twice to see what happened. Did he spill any of it? I mean,
oh man, I love that chicken bowl. So
oh my God,
listen, and 99% of the time I'm looking at you eating. You just go quiet the whole first period. You don't even know you're there. I'm asking you questions. There's nothing, not a peep from you, which is hard for everyone to imagine. Not a peep coming from you.
Right.
So for you to say that, it makes you. But I love that chicken bowl. It's the only time I get it is on these nights I'm at Nesson, and I guess I excited it tonight.
I mean, the analogy I made was like watching a golden retriever eat their food. It's gone in 13 seconds and like 3 gulps, and they look at you and they're done. Like we're like, did you even chew?
Yeah, if I was sitting at Chipotle, I probably would have ordered another one.
How do you just not go double meat and just load it up in the first place?
It's a long night in there.
It is. It's a good point. But yeah, no, that's what I learned. I knew you liked your Chipotle because every time we've worked together, you picked up a Chipotle. But this was like a Chipotle like we had never seen before.
Yeah. I'm going to switch it up tomorrow night.
Are you? Where are you going to go tomorrow?
We might need a little Euro City, I think. I'd like that. I think that's what we might have to do.
If any of our Morning Brew fans have a restaurant somewhere near Nesson, the studio in Watertown, let us know. We will happily order from you. Okay? I don't know if anybody does, but we will happily order. We will support the local economy and especially Bruins fans. And I like 2 dinners an awful lot. I do love my food. If it's it's a sport to me.
Desserts, baked goods.
I love desserts. Yeah, no, I do. Jesus, I gotta stop. I can't stop eating. That's why I work out, just so I can eat. That's why. All right. So listen, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy our morning beverage, just like the rest of you guys. Friday morning. The good news is Friday night the Bruins are back at it, and we will talk to you after that game. And let's hope that the Bruins taking on right now depleted New York Ranger club. 2 players on the COVID list: Capo Caco, Keandre Miller. They have a player that's on a different type of protected list. I want to joke about it in Artemi Panarin, but I really don't want to joke about it because who knows what the hell is going on with that.
Yeah,
I mean, this is like a novel, right?
James Bond stuff.
Yeah, Bond, Clancy, one of these, But those are 3 big players that they're missing, 3 big regulars. Bruins better take advantage of it. Let's hope that they do. In the meantime, enjoy your morning brew. We'll talk to you after Friday's game. Bruins lose 7-2 to the Islanders on Thursday night. Have a good day.